Hey, welcome back to Music for Miles. Today we're looking at a very, very special guitar. This is the Ellis Guitars Soprano TX. Now this is not your typical electric guitar. It is lightweight, it is compact, and it's a mix between a guitar and a mandolin. But the advantage here is you don't need to know mandolin tuning or fingerings. It's tuned an octave above E standard, which gives it that really unique chimey high register sound. So is this the ultimate travel guitar, the secret weapon for session players, or is it just a niche guitar? Well, stick around and I'll give you a full breakdown from build quality to playability, and of course, we're gonna have lots of sound samples. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Michael. This is Music for Miles. What we do here is we check out unique, awesome instruments like this soprano guitar, covering everything from electric, acoustic, bass, synth, live sound, you name it, I'm gonna bring you content. If that's something you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss out on my future videos. All right, today we have the Soprano TX from Ellis Guitars. If you guys are subscribers or have seen my previous videos, I'm gonna link them up here and below. I've had a few Ellis guitars and Ellis products on the channel. Now I'm friends with the owner, Mark, and he has some very innovative ideas, especially when it comes to pickups and how guitars are built. I've featured his X series pickup system on the channel before. This has it built in as well, but basically it takes each coil of your pickups, allows you to split them, and then mix and match different levels to create these very, very unique tonal characteristics that you cannot get without using that system. So when Mark reached out to me and asked if I wanted to check out a soprano guitar, I said, hell yeah, I want to check out a soprano guitar. First off, I've never even heard or seen a soprano guitar. I did some research. They're not widely made, and this is one of the only examples I have found of an electric guitar format. I did find one that looked like a mandolin, but nothing like this. This is a mix between a Telecaster and a Les Paul, but look how small and compact this thing is. It's absolutely nuts. Before we dive into the build quality, the sound, playability, all of that, I'm just gonna tell you, I've had this for 3 weeks now, and this has been one of the most fun guitars I've had on the channel. All right, so let's go over the design and build quality of this instrument. So first off, the design is just stunning. Like I mentioned before, it's a mix between a Les Paul and a Telecaster. Now this is built in the USA in Houston, Texas. So this guitar is very small at just 26.5 inches in total length, but don't let that size fool you. This is built like a premium instrument. Let's go over the body and neck. Now the body itself is going to be a hard maple with an ambrosia maple top, kind of giving it that really cool two-tone color here. You can see exactly where they did the comfort carve, right where your arm goes. And it does have a contoured single cut design, and you do get a nice deep cut here for the upper fret register if you do want to go fretless. Now this beautiful little neck here is going to be Birdseye Maple, and it is going to be a bolt-on neck construction. This does have carbon fiber inserts and steel inserts, so tuning stability is going to be rock solid on this thing, and you should be able to travel, have different humidity and weather conditions, and not have your neck warp on you. All right, so this is a Coco Bolo fretboard, and it is a 16-inch scale. Feels very weird to say that. That sounds tiny. Basically, it's like the 12th fret and up on a standard guitar. The first 3/4 of the neck is fretted, and then you get this nice fretless section here, which I was not too successful at making really good sounds because I'm not used to fretless, but it does give you some really cool options. And then we finally do get some pearl dot inlays. Moving to the back of the headstock here, we do get some Goto locking tuners, which are a premium upgrade. The bridge is going to be a top-loaded bridge with 3 brass saddles. It's kind of like the Telly style here, which keeps sustain crisp and resonant. Then the pickups are going to be the Vitus PX pickups. It's a custom wound Ellis pickup, and you can actually order different ones from Ellis if you want to customize your sound. These ones are awesome, and you're also able to split the coils. You can do south, both coils on, or just north. All of that is controlled here with a switch. So while it's only a single pickup guitar, you do have a lot of tonal variations. All right, so let's talk about the playability and feel of this guitar. Again, this is a very small instrument, and if you're a normal standard guitar player, not coming from a mandolin, it will take a little getting used to. So let's go over a few things you're not gonna wanna do on a guitar like this. You're not going to want to do large bends. This string tension on here is very tight, which lends this really cool chimey sound, having the string tension so tight. However, you will break strings if you try to do big bends. Again, you know, the frets are very close together, so you are going to have to be very precise with where you're placing your finger on the fretboard. And then finally, the fretless section up top. I'm not really good at playing fretless, but it's really cool that it's there, and I'm gonna try to give you guys just some sound demos of what you can do. You can also use a slide and hit some of the notes up top there without the frets as well. All right, so let's go dive into the tone demo. All right, guys, so let's do the sound demo here. Now, here are your controls. Volume. This is your coil selection. There is one pickup, but you could do the south coil, both coils in the middle, or just the north coil. Then we have a master tone. Let's start off with a full humbucker sound. We're just gonna play a couple chords here. And again, this is a very small instrument. It's kind of a little awkward to get used to, but I find if I put it right here in the middle, and I have to kind of hunch forward a little bit, but it's a lot easier to play. So let's just strum some like open chords and hear the total characteristics of the soprano guitar. All right, let's go to the south coil here. All right, let's go to the north coil. Let's do some more bar chords here, and again, this is the north coil. Now, an advantage of a small fretboard like this is you can do some pretty crazy fingering. And that would be extremely hard to play on a standard guitar. All right, let's go over, again, some of the clean sounds, but let's do a little more lead. So I'll kind of play the intro song that I wrote. All right, let's go do full humbucker on that part there. Now the north coil. right, so let's hear what it sounds like with like typical blues type leads. And again, be very gentle with your bends. The string tension's really high. It's kind of better to do slides instead of bends, so instead of going a full step up, I would just slide it up. All right, so here's some heavier tones. We got a full overdriven amp. All right, guys, I have this going through a dual rectifier model now in a 412 cab. This should not be running through a high gain amp. Let's hear what it sounds like. You could do really high stretches on here. It sounds crazy. Let's hear some of the higher register up here. Highest note you can get. It goes so high. The stretches, you could do such huge stretches on this. I'm doing 3rd and 12th fret here. Crazy. Okay, let's wrap the video up and go over my final thoughts and feedback. So we already talked price. This model here, which is your top tier using exotic woods, top of the line hardware, it has the X series pickup system installed on it. You can buy this exact model. Unfortunately, I have to send it back to Mark. I wish I could keep it. But if you want to buy it, $3,299 for this model here. And again, this is top of the line. The entry-level version of this, which is going to have a pick guard on it, it's going to start at $899, and then you can customize it, choose your exotic woods, and go up from there. That entry-level one is going to have mahogany body. And now my lasting impression of this instrument is it does bring in those tonal characteristics of a mandolin in electric guitar format. It gives you all kinds of options. This will be your secret weapon in the studio. Session players need to get one of these. It is a very rare instrument though, and Ellis Guitars is the only brand I found that makes this in electric format. I found some old pictures of Steve Vai and Eddie Van Halen playing on a guitar this size. No idea what brand it was or who manufactured it, but Ellis Guitars seems to be one of the only brands doing this style of instrument. So if you guys are interested, please go to ellisguitars.us and order yourself one of these now. So I think it's safe to say I absolutely loved this instrument. So full transparency with this feature, it's not necessarily a review. Like I said, I know the owner of Ellis Guitars and he sent this to me on loan just to do this review. I'm not getting paid for doing this. My payment is the pleasure of playing this instrument and, experimenting and writing with it. But I will be sending this back to Mark. I simply thought this thing is badass and I want more people to see and play on it. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. What do you think of the Soprano guitar? How would you use it in the studio? I'd love to hear from you guys. Until next time, I'm Michael. This is Music for Miles. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.